Hello, 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 everyone. Dr. Rowena Winkler here, and happy super moon in Capricorn. The moon came, if you're on the East Coast like me, the that full moon in Cap came at around 7:40 a.m. EST, but we'll be feeling the vibes, all throughout. So before we go ahead and chat through what this full moon is all about, just a couple of things. If you haven't already, I invite you to sign up for my Intuitive Astrology Insights e-newsletter that I send out every month. I hopefully will get to it, in the next day or so. I know with the July 4th holiday here in the United States, things are a little bit wonky on my end and dealing with my family and my kiddo, not being in daycare right now, but we will get to it. And so I'll be sure to speak to this Cap full moon. I will provide the replay of this video, and every month you will get a sense of what's happening astrologically. And you'll also be able to have a couple of prompts that I provide. I provide questions and prompts for you to get a sense of what to tap into, what to unpack, what to think through as we go through the astrology of the month. And speaking of astrology of the month, if you would like to engage on a deeper level, I do have my Inner Muse membership. We just revamped it, rebranded it last month for the 1-year anniversary of the membership to be solely astrology focused. As per usual, your girl was trying to do all the things, and I realized I needed a more focused offering. And with that, not only will you be able to get more personalized, full moon and new moon readings if you'd like, based off of your natal chart, you'll also get a chance to engage with the astrology conversations that I have with folks. So for July, for Cancer season, in 3 days, actually, on July 6th, I will be talking to my sister Maria, who is, the Cancer queen in my life. So you get a chance to ask questions and engage with those folks. You will also get a calendar with the astrology of the month. So something to keep tabs of where things are and also where the moon is placed. So if you're planning for a business or personally, what have you, it's a wonderful resource. And you'll have access to the IMM portal, which will give you pretty much everything that I've developed in the couple of years I've been in business in terms of astrology and all the resources that you need. So with that, if that is something you're interested in, just head on over to Inner Muse membership, rowenawinkler.com/Inner Muse membership, and use the discount code IMM, and your first payment, whether that is a monthly subscription or a yearly subscription, will be 33% off. And I'll be sure to put all of these in the show notes so that you can easily click to them, link them, do what you want with them, tell your friends. It's a good time. And it's a really great way to engage more with astrology in a way that is empowering, because that's how we do here. We do astrology from an empowerment lens. It's not gloom and doom. So with that, let's chat through this full moon in Capricorn and what are the things, what are the themes, what are the things we're reviving from this super moon? Well, something that's coming through is there's a lot of polarities at play here, right? There's a lot of, I don't want to say opposing forces necessarily, but there's like dichotomies that's happening that will be very interesting to ponder, to unpack, to consider when it comes to this full moon. And full moons are all about release. So being able to consider and then release, whether it's feels, whether it's anything that's holding you back in this regard, very, very helpful. So the first polarity, or the first polarity we'll speak to, is the maternal and the paternal, right? We are in the thick of Cancer season. Cancer is a very maternal, divine feminine energy, right? It is it's a flowy water sign, whereas Capricorn is ruled by that Saturnian paternal, right? Like get shit done sort of energy. And so, how do we contend with this full moon, which is celebrating, right? What have we accomplished? What have we gotten done? What have we what have we been able to check off our to-do list, but in a way that is also nurturing and also takes into account our own self-care, our own needs, our own nervous systems, right? In a way that we're able to take care of ourselves. So considering, right, in the midst of this Cap full moon, how do we situate that within this very maternal, juicy, it, motherly energy of Cancer season? And very much along the same lines, right? We have the professional aspect and the personal, right? Another polarity that we may contend with in terms of this super moon. So Capricorn, career, right? 10th house energy, all about that professionalism, all about that, career focus. Like, how are we showing ourselves? How are we making our marks in the world? And then compare that to, once again, that Cancer energy of the personal, the domestic, the home, that fourth house energy, right? So how can we step into who we want to be, what do we want to achieve in terms of our careers? And listen, I'm a career coach, right? So I get it. I know how important it is to create a career that is in alignment for you and feels good to you and feels like that you are accomplishing great things. But at what cost, right? How can we integrate it? And I'm all about work-life integration. I think the notion of work-life balance is bullshit. I don't see that it's a balancing act. It's a true integration. So how can we integrate, our success in our professional lives, in our career, with the homes that we are building, with the foundations that we are building, with the structures that we're building domestically in our own homes? And listen, y'all, this is coming very top of mind for your girl here who is approaching 36 weeks of pregnancy. There's going to be some changes in the Winkler household when we have our second little one, right? This little baby boy that's coming through. So, how can we take this super moon, this full moon in Capricorn, to consider, right? What might have to change? What might have to shift? How can I make space for both my home and my family, whatever that means, right? Doesn't have to be the traditional notions of home and family. Could be your chosen family, could be, what's home for you. Consider those things, but in a way that allows you to drive the ambitious nature and what you want to build for yourself from a career perspective. And then another piece of this polarity that's coming through in terms of this supermoon in Capricorn is, again, very much along the same lines, the emotionality and the rationality, right? Cancer, emotions, a shadow side of Cancer could be that sensitivity bit, right? Like too much emotions, that water sign, right? So how can we balance? How can we still be able to feel our feels and to consider what's coming up for us, what's coming through, especially since July is got a lot of astrology coming our way, right? There's a lot of things happening. But also maintain that rationality piece as well, right? Because as we know, we can't just operate on our emotions all the time. I'm smiling and giggling, I think, because we have a three-nager in our household right now, and the emotional regulation is pretty much non-existent for all parents out there that understand what I'm talking about, right? So how can we have that emotional regulation, still giving ourselves the space, right? Because we don't want to end up in a place where we emotionally bypass things, or we don't face things that are coming through, but also have that, that rationality, that groundedness, that structure that Capricorn provides for us, right? So how can we create, if we're looking at water and earth, right, a nice, juicy, muddy, a nice fertile ground for us to be able to have the freedom and the space to express ourselves and to build relationships and to feel like we are being seen and being heard, but in a way that is grounded and is possible and is feasible, which is totally possible and feasible, right? That there is, I was watching a TikTok last night actually about, manifestation, right? It's like manifestation practices are like super sexy and hot and whatever, but it's not just like, ooh, I want this, right? There are steps of the matter. There are inspired action steps if we want to manifest what we want. It's not just thinking it's going to happen, right? There are things that we need to do. Like it's like an Eat, Pray, Love when Liz Gilbert retells the story about the woman, man, about the person that's praying like, please, 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 like help me win the lottery, please, 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 at church. And the statue comes to life and is like, please, please, please buy a lottery ticket, right? You know, the way that we can move toward what we hope to accomplish is by being open and being aware of the synchronicities and opportunities that are set before us. And I think that the integration of this Cancer season, where we can tap into our dreams, tap into our desires, while also being able to find structure and find grounding toward what we want, is you know, it's a recipe for success in that way. So think about that. And what's also fun, fun question mark? Yeah, fun. What's also great, what's also helpful in this particular lunation is that this full moon has a trine with Jupiter, and Jupiter is the planet of expansion, of abundance. There's a very supportive supportive energy that's here for us, right? We have this Jupiter, and Jupiter right now is in Taurus. And Taurus, again, Taurus is this beautiful grounding energy. It's a stabilization, but it's also, Taurus is that abundance, right? It's second house ruled. So look back at the last 6 months when we had the new moon in Capricorn, right? At the end of last year. Look back on the, you know, on how you've done in 2023 so far. What headway have you made? What accomplishments have you made? No matter how big, no matter how small, celebrate them, because full moons are all about that celebration piece too, right? It's being able to release and also celebrate the wins and what we've accomplished, but also know, because that Jupiter, you know, that Jupiter that's trying with this moon right now is in Taurus. Taurus is all about setting the structures. Taurus is not like, okay, we're going to like get that instant gratification, right? It's all about taking the necessary steps, right? The necessary structures, systems in place to make things sustainable. So whether that is finding the dream job or building the business or building the family or finding the home, right? You know, what can we do to instill that Taurus energy plus the Cap energy of having the patience and discernment to know when does it make sense to move, and that sometimes these things take time, and we're probably not going to know the how, right? But if we are so laser focused on our why, and why we're doing the things we do, why we want to build whatever we want to build, whether that is family, whether that is, you know, business, whether that's career, whatever XYZ thing you desire, what's the why behind it? And how can we stay true to ourselves and stay in alignment and know that sometimes these things take time and that it may not be necessarily on our timeline? And I know that's so freaking, it sucks, right? It sucks to not know. And it sucks to feel like that we have to, you know, there has to be a waiting game with it. But putting in the time and the effort and the energy in a way that is intentional and grounded and, you know, inspired by our own intuition and by being open to those synchronicities and possibilities and not questioning like how things are going to happen and just being open to the ride that is this life that we're here, and, you know, it can transpire to something even more and more powerful. So with that said, that's you know, that's this supermoon. There's a lot of interesting dynamics at play here. So I was debating what, let's do it. Okay, we're gonna do Archangel Animal today. I was like, what am I gonna pull here? Angels, you know, very the esoteric with the tangible with these animals. Okay. Felt good. Felt good for a pull for this supermoon. Oh, that guy wanted to come out. Oh my goodness. Listen, we love it when card pulls are always on point. Panda, stay balanced and in your essence. What am I talking about here? Integration, balance, authenticity, alignment, all the things. All right, let's see what it says. Nope. There. Okie dokie. About pandas. These solitary, peaceful animals are heart healers who come from the Pleiades. Their hearts radiate truth, innocence, and purity, and they embody the symbol of the blue rose. This allows pure source healing to be stepped down into their energy fields. Archangel Jophiel, the angel of wisdom, brings his wisdom down through pandas. They then pass it through Archangel Sandalphon to Lady Gaia in the center of the earth. Pandas are black and white to indicate that they're in balance and can help people see from an enlightened perspective. If provoked, they demonstrate formidable masculine power. They also show incredible maternal instinct towards their cubs who, when very young, are extremely tiny, totally helpless, pink, hairless, and blind. This vulnerability was decided at a higher level, to test the mothering qualities of the female panda. Look at that maternal paternal power. Boop-a-doo. All right. Here's the guidance from their panda friends. Keep your heart pure and light. When you think of a panda, the angel Mary connects you directly to the cosmic heart to receive healing and love. In addition, when you offer to be a bridge between the cosmic heart and the center of the earth, Archangel Sandalphon will link in to enable you to bring a vast download of love through you. This is a special service and raises your frequency considerably. The Panda card asks you to stay in balance. Notice how you're tested to develop your masculine and feminine energies, then apply yourself to the lessons. This will enable you to heal yourself and others. When you attune to the Panda, a blue Palladian healing rose is placed in your energy fields. Oh boy. Yes. Another beautiful reminder of the balance, the integration. Again, the Cancer season, the Cap moon, maternal, paternal, divine feminine, divine masculine, right? Like it's all, we're all integrated. It doesn't have to, we don't need to tip the scales one way or the other. There's no, right and wrong way. We do need both. And I think that's a really powerful message that is going to help us as we bask in this full moon, as we consider what our next steps are moving forward, as we make it to the second half of the year, which is very, very hard to believe. And yeah, I'm here for it and I'm ready. I hope you are too. Let me know your thoughts. I will, as always, put the information in the show notes. As I mentioned, in 3 days on July 6th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be doing an astrology conversation with my dear sister Maria on Cancer season. We have the Cancer new moon coming up on July 17th. So I will be doing an evening live there. That's at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then stay tuned because July, and we're taking into consideration these pandas and their fierce mothering. I will be replaying from last year my inner child healing workshop that I launched last year for Cancer season. A lot of inner child work is great for this time. I really dug deep last year. I hope you'll join me this year. Also, this is in preparation because my baby could come any week now. Officially, we're 1 month from the due date and my daughter came early. So, in preparation for that, repurposing the content, we're all about that. But I did update the video. So there'll be more goodies, more freebies in terms of, inner child healing resources. So that will be on Tuesday, July 25th at 12 noon, a little lunch and learn action for you. Of course, replays are always available, but stay tuned for that. We will have that page up hopefully in the next couple of days. So lots of fun times. I hope that you have a wonderful full moon. If you need anything, you know where you can find me. My information is around. And if you look in the show notes, I post all the links, ways to engage with my content and work with me. So happy full moon, and we will catch you at the next one. Take care and happy 4th to our friends in the US. All right. See you later. Bye-bye.